where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from the one I had today. I took a walk one street over from my home, cracked and broken asphalt everywhere. I could have ended up just like that broken road, with a dead end in my path. Thank the Lord that I've got more than that. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I won't forget the lessons that I don't deserve. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, would have kept me from the one I love today.
Hello. Let's get into it. This is 1100 WSG. I'm Utah LaVern, and this is One Street Over. What's going on one street over from where you're living? I'll tell you what's going on one street over from where I'm living. I'm in summer mode, Mayor Vogle. I did not want to get up this morning. I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to take a couple of weeks off, and Lee Marie's going to be filling in for me, and I'm just kind of getting into that frame of mind to just kind of, take a little shutdown time and all that, I have to keep doing, people are like, you do the radio show even when you're on summer break? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to. I like doing this kind of stuff, And one thing, if you're going to do something like this, you got to have consistency. That's why when I'm not doing it, Lee Marie will be here. So we got to keep consistent so you know what's coming up, so we can stay up to date on all the things.
May and June is probably two of my favorite
months. Come on that microphone there,
bro. Hey, I got a deep voice. Like this morning driving out, the corn's up.
Yeah.
Over your head, everything is green.
It looks pretty, doesn't it?
And it is, and it's daylight a long time before 6 o'clock.
Oh, yes.
Now, I was listening this morning. They said we may have some sunsets till 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I tell you, I've been out because I love to get out and work late outside. And I was out walking super late last night. And I thought, I was wondering when it was going to set, because I couldn't believe that it wasn't more. The sun wasn't down a little bit more than it was, because I think I was out about 8 o'clock walking.
Yeah,
and last night, and it was still plenty light.
You feel like you're going in too early. You really do, and it's 8 o'clock. You're thinking it's time to go in the house.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of sunshine out there, and that's the prettiest part of the day when the birds, they're flying around. And
it is nice.
And it's just a favorite time of year for me, and I'm big on fall too.
Yeah, me too.
When leaves start turning in football season, you smell the barn smoking. So, hey, it's going to be a fast year. Well, we're already into almost July.
It's crazy. I mean, there's so much going for 4th of July, guys, with, of course, the Springfield festivities is going to be the 3rd. The one that I'm going to be participating with, the one up in Cross Plains. Barry and Rebecca Richards asked me to come and host the one for Cross Plains on the 3rd, so I'm going to be honored to be a part of that. And then White House, they're going to have theirs on the Saturday, the 4th. But, I mean, there's going to be just something going on everywhere.
All over the county.
Greenbrier's got one all day on the 4th.
They do the turning of the pig.
Yeah, and then we've got Ridgetop. I've got to get them on the phone. I'm going to try to get some of the folks from Ridgetop in for their festival before I leave on Thursday. I got to call them. But we've just got tons of stuff.
You need to get hold of them, because usually they have like a reenactment too.
Yeah. That was earlier this year.
Is that earlier this year?
That was earlier this year. I'm not sure what all they're doing for 4th of July, but I'm reaching out to them. We're going to try to get them in here Thursday. And then we've got Penny Callis is going to be in here to talk about the Seeds of Hope garden tour. I've just got a couple of things I want to get done before I take a couple of weeks off. They're doing this so Penny will be in here tomorrow, talk about Seeds of Hope. Now that's not until next weekend. And, she may come in here and talk to Lee Marie about it, even some more, just kind of talk about some of the gardens and stuff, some of the crazy, awesome gardens we have around here. They're just beautiful. And it's a fundraiser for Martha Song. But then there's also, what was I going to say? Oh, I forgot my turn. Oh, I'm going to have, I'm not going to get to be here, but they're doing a show dedicated to Neil Peterson on Friday because it's his birthday. And so that's when they're doing his memorial. And so they're doing, Lee Marie will be in here, and I'm not sure who all will be here, but I don't know how long. Do you have any idea how long he owned the radio station?
I have no idea.
A long time.
In fact,
long time.
I remember he got involved with, putting antennas on top of water towers and stuff for different people and for reception and stuff like that. He was a pioneer.
That was I remember because we actually talked to him about that because when we first moved here, we didn't have access to any kind of cable.
Right.
We couldn't have. We were off the grid, even though we're just at the edge of the city limits. They weren't going to run a line to us, and so. That's the thing with Cumberland Connect, getting everybody connected. That's been just awesome. But nonetheless, we looked into doing something with him, and we ended up going with a satellite, big giant satellite. And, actually, we heard about what he was doing after we'd already gotten the satellite, invested that money. He had something there that was connectivity for people on the
Sure did. He was going to water plants about trying to get on the tanks. And, he was a quiet fella.
Oh, he's a great guy, though.
Yeah.
Great guy. And I joke around that because I live 2 miles from here, y'all. I literally live just over yonder. And so and because of my work in Nashville, every time he'd see me out, he goes, "We need to get you doing a show on the radio station over here at WDBL or WSGI." And when I was doing traffic full time, I have 4 kids, and between the 4 children and radio, and we were running a commercial roofing company. That was just, I didn't have a minute.
Yep.
And he finally found a slot I could do, and so I've been doing it ever since.
I wanted to ask you this morning, you got a Bill Cody story?
I don't know Bill Cody.
You didn't know him?
I figured
you might have, in your circles.
That's what a lot of people have asked me. I met him one time, and it was when I went up to Cross Plains to see my friends there at the church that's right there in the main drag.
That's the Methodist Church.
Yeah, well, they were doing their Trash and Treasure thing.
Right.
And they were doing gospel music up on the porch there. And so I had several friends. Bethany Tees was singing and also Dr. Wilson, who I was teaching with, and Mr. Larry Staggs, he was up there. And so it was just, I had several friends participating in that show. And so I went to hear them, and then I knew Barry and Rebecca were going to be on with Bill and Julie Bernard was on. And so I walked down to see them, and I had a question for Bill. I can't remember now even what it was, but I was wanting to ask him about something, and that's the first time I ever met him. Only time I've ever met him. But now Bethany, she's my physical therapist over at Star, but she grew up with his daughter, so she knew. And she didn't call him Bill. His name's Trent, right?
I always just heard him Bill Cody.
Yeah, but
Coffee and country in the morning.
But Trent is, I think, his real. And again, that's what I'm saying. I did not know him.
That was his radio name, like yours is your turn, LaVern.
My name's for real though. I'm really LaVern. So, but a lot of people make up radio names. Daddy-O on the patio. I think he may be coming on in here. They would say something about him coming in on Friday, possibly on Neil's tribute day, but I'm not sure if he is or not. Lee Marie will let me know. But yeah. She said Steve is coming in here. I've just reread my note.
I remember when Jerry House was very popular.
Oh yeah, and I worked with Jerry for a year. I got to know him.
Is he still living?
As far as I know, I haven't heard anything.
I ain't heard a thing out of that guy in years.
Yeah. Well, he still writes. He wrote music.
He wrote music.
And Devin O'Day was with him forever. His producer, and Devin and I are friends. So, but Jerry House, their part WSIX, I forgot my call letters there. Man, I'm getting old. But WSIX was part of the Clear Channel radio group. And that's what I was a part of that group. And so if anybody within that group needed a traffic reporter, it was me for the interim. And so they were trying to find somebody and were without a traffic reporter for about a year. And then they hired Carla Lawson. And she worked with them for years and years. Yeah. And because when I did traffic on WSIX, I was also doing the River, SIX, 1510, and The Rock. I was doing 4. That's too many. That's too many. And so they pulled it back and got Carly in, and then that dropped me back down to just 3 primary ones. But then I did pop up on other places too. Yeah. But yeah, it was. I worked with him for about a year, but I did not know Bill. I wish I had, and because he seems like just such a great guy. But they had his memorial at Opryland on Saturday. But Neil, they held out his memorial for Saturday because it's his birthday, and so you've got Steve Jarrell is going to be in here with Lee Marie on Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. They're going to be doing a tribute for Neil Peterson. So I hope you'll be a part of that. And I'm so sorry I cannot be here, but I will be with you in spirit. So. With all that said, it's going to be a neat day, and so I hope you'll be a part of it. But we got County Mayor Billy Vogle here, and you have got how many more sessions? How many more times do you have to be at the county commissioners?
I've got 2 more meetings. July and August.
Are you going to go? Are you going to go after you step down as mayor just to kind of see what's going on? Because I mean, how long have you been a county commissioner? You started as a county commissioner
over 28 years.
How you're not going to be able to just not go to a meeting?
Well,
there's no way.
Madam Clerk, Angie Groves.
Yeah.
She's already asked me would I serve on the beer board.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I told her I would because we have a hard time getting a quorum for that meeting for some reason.
Yeah.
But I told her I would.
Well, there you go. Because I was going to say the idea of you not going to the county commissioners meeting. I just can't imagine that.
I see me and Keith, the new mayor, sitting down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because this county's growing so much that it's not like you just go get somebody and say, hey, you're the mayor.
Yeah.
Them days are over.
Yeah.
We're probably one of the fastest growing counties in Middle Tennessee now.
I think it's great that you're willing to sit down with him and help.
And everybody, I mean, it's like I've been carrying him to Nashville with me the last couple of weeks to our meetings over there with the other mayors. Because I told Keith, I said, it's so important to build relationship.
Yeah.
And you need to be around these guys because first thing you're going to learn a lot from them.
Right.
And then there's times that you're going to have to work with them to try to get TDOT projects and stuff like this. And it's kind of like a fraternity over there.
Well, how long has he been serving in the county commission?
He was a county commissioner probably about 8 years, and then he kind of got put out, and he decided to I put him on zoning. He did that a while.
Right.
He wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
And I really think he's going to make us a good mayor.
Well, I think that's good that he's got that background, and so, but now you're going to have to come back in here and just talk to me because, and you and Gina, I'm going to get you and Gina Holt in here. I ran into her the other day.
Boy, she's a great person.
Oh my gosh. And, I hadn't seen, well, I was talking about, I don't know if I should say, I ran into her at, she was coming out of STAR and I was going into STAR physical therapy. And so I think that's okay to say, but, I don't think she'd mind me telling that, but, I hope not. Well, we all need a little, working out. So, but we crossed paths there and, I'm going to be honest with you, I go to STAR physical therapy and it's like, we just visit. It seems like I run into everybody I know in there. It's just hysterical. But so I ran into Gina and we were talking and I haven't seen her in a while. And I just thought, okay, what are you doing that I can have you in? But maybe we'll get both of you guys in here.
I think that'd be pretty cool because when I first ran for mayor, she came up to me and she said, I asked somebody, who is Billy Vogle? She didn't even know who I was. And I said, well, here I am. But we got to where we worked great together.
So I'll tell you something on her. I had when you were acting like you might not run last time.
Yeah.
I called her. I said, "Why don't you run for county mayor?" And she goes, "Why don't you?" We actually had that conversation, and then you decided to run, and so we were like, "Okay."
But if Gina would probably tell you her story, it would be fascinating because I think she worked on the Reagan administration.
She was she was, and I forget all the specifics, but yes, I mean when she was serving as our city manager, she's got some really interesting stuff to tell. But I think she's still on the air. She's going to kill us.
Oh, she's on it.
Y'all quit talking about me.
Yeah, she's on the airport board.
On the airport board, yeah.
And does a great job. I'm going to talk a little bit about the airport today. But we've got a lot going on. That's what I told somebody last night. I said, dadgummit, I said, you would think things would slow down. But we've got so much going on right now.
Right.
With the TCAP school building, trying to find land.
Have they had any luck with that?
I hope so, because
I'm
going to tell you, it's tough to find 15 acres in Springfield that's hooked up to sewer at any kind of decent price.
Right.
And the state's not going to pay more than what it's appraised for.
Yeah.
And right now, if you can get sewer in Springfield, land's at a premium.
Oh, yeah.
Because, the sewer don't go outside the city limits. And that's what people talk about, growth out in the county. Well, if we don't have the infrastructure, you're not going to have the growth.
Right.
So, but anyway, we through Jordan doing a great job at the Economic Development Board. They got a grant for $250,000. We're fixing to build a firefighting training center right behind 911 office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this will be used for all the volunteers, whoever wants to get in that business. It'd be mostly, they bring the trucks in there. There'll be a tower where they can use their ladders and get up and learn that part of it. And,
right.
And it also can be used by other fire stations outside the county.
Okay.
We can rent it out, whatever. But that was a great grant that they got for us.
So are you talking about Jordan Osborne?
Yeah, with Robertson County Economic Development Board.
That's where she's working?
She's the interim director. Did I say that word right? Interim. Yes.
She's okay, because I was going to say, I thought she was going to help her husband with their excavator.
She is.
Okay.
But
that's why you kind of threw me. I'm like, I didn't know
Jordan
was
took
doing
this
that.
on till they get the full-time person in there.
Okay.
And doing a great job.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
I'm sure she is. Well, and I saw her. She sent me a video for something, and I knew she was in some kind of an office setting because whenever Mark Gregory retired from CTE director, we put together a little video package, saying, "Hey, Mark," all that kind of stuff. And she sent me a video, and I was like, "Where are you?" Because I thought that she was, working out of a home office, and I thought that's quite a home office she got. I didn't know because I thought she was just working for, doing her thing with her husband. So. But I was kind of curious. So, okay, Jordan, well, there you go. I need to get her in here, too.
I've always told Jordan when she left the chamber, I said, Robertson County's not through with you.
Ha, ha, ha. That's
she's that talented. And,
she really is. And she's from here, and so she knows.
Well, in fact, she's going to drive me to Nashville tomorrow to my meeting over there.
Oh, good.
And she sits in and listens, and, I can plug a lot of people in, but I'm going to tell you, Jordan would make a good county mayor, too. Yeah,
I was going to say, whoa, wouldn't she?
Yes, she would. Very knowledgeable.
Now, what about Sarah Warren? Because she's over at Economic Development.
She's there too.
Okay.
She started out kind of over tourism and stuff like that, and done a great job.
Okay.
I was telling you more day. She had a group of kids at the museum.
Yeah.
We had a ribbon cutting at the museum.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. But you and I talked.
Here she come walking up with a busload of kids. And let them be part of the program.
Yeah, it was really cool.
People don't realize how important tourism is to Robertson County.
Right.
They have no idea. We when we do projects, the Economic Development Board, they will sponsor projects and give money just like Springfield does for stuff at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
And anything to bring people in and spend money.
Yep, for sure.
Yep. When we get the county gets 3% of a motel room in Robertson County, and what we do with it, 30% of that 3% goes back to the city. which the motel was in, and then we do 20% of it for tourism, strictly tourism. And then the Economic Development Board gets the rest of it to try to, well, I'm going to tell you some things they're doing that this board, we're moving into times where we realize if people's going to live here, we need them working here too.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't need them driving into Nashville and spending their money and then coming back here and going to bed.
Well, like I did for 20 years. I mean, well, our roofing company was always officed here, but we worked all over. But I always, my life was in Nashville. Even though I worked out of a home studio, I was in Nashville all the time for my work. Let me pause and do a break, and then we got to get to it. We'll sit here and just talk. And my husband's probably going, LaVern, let him talk about the meeting. He always fusses at me. He goes, y'all got to make sure y'all get the stuff in for the county. Yeah. We do. We get it done.
Last night we got out of there probably in an hour easy.
You need to tell future Mayor Hoover says, LaVern likes to talk. You're going to have to get your talk on. Because he's not as talkative as you are. So it's like, he's going to have to.
I think he will be.
I hope so.
Yeah, y'all are going to have to kind of get him loosened up.
Okay. All right, Keith. You're going to have to get ready so you can tell him when you're driving. Say, LaVern's going to ask you about anything and everything. But let's pause for a minute. Let's talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty, my longest running full-time sponsor. Love these guys. And I get to hang out with them on the 3rd of July out at Kilgore Park up in Cross Plains. And I guarantee you, if you want to come up and talk to them about anything to do with real estate, they'd be glad to talk to you because they are open to working anytime. I've been out with them at the Bluegrass Festival, and they'll have their tent, and they love to sit down and talk to people. A lot of times they'll have their computer with them. If you have questions about what the property that you've got is worth, and you're wondering, maybe is this a good time to list it? Well, they can do a free market analysis for you. And they've got listings coming up all the time. They've just put up one in Springfield. Beautiful home in the historic district. They handle a lot of historic properties. You can walk into downtown with all the restaurants and shopping. It's got a beautiful living room, gas fireplace, 9-foot ceilings, the original hardwood. Oh my goodness, this is a cute little home. It's at 705 5th Avenue West here in Springfield. A beautiful find, a beautiful availability in the historic district, and it doesn't happen real often that you've got homes available through there. So if that's the dream that you want to be able to walk into downtown and go to our new theater, have you seen that marquee? Oh, it's so cool that they've put up at our new theater in downtown. But anyway, they've got a new home, or I've got a historic home that's listed, and it looks absolutely beautiful. You can go and check it out. Go to Barry and Rebecca's web pages. He says best way to get them, just Google them, Barry Richards, Rebecca Richards, Exit Prime Realty, or you can go to sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, RobertsonCounty.com. Check out Rebecca's post because she is one of the first in the area to be a senior real estate specialist. She's been specifically trained to make sure that if you're thinking about downsizing, that she's got every T crossed and every I dotted to make sure that can happen for you. You can also just give them a call, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, whether it's buying or selling. If you want to be a realtor, whatever it might be, reach out to Barry and Rebecca Richards today. Sellwithbecky.com, or buy, B-U-Y, RobertsonCounty.com, and let them know U-Turn sent you. Mayor Billy Vogle is in the house, and we have got to get to the meeting or we won't get it all in. So what have you got to talk to us about?
We'll probably get it all in.
Okay.
But last night during communications, we honored Clyde Richard with a plaque.
Okay.
Over 35 years service as a county attorney.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I
goes all the way back to Emerson Meggs. Roy Apple, 16 years with Howard Brad, and now 8 years with me. And he's stepping back. And I'm going to tell you, Clyde has saved this county thousands and thousands of dollars. He could have stayed in private practice and really kicked it. But he enjoyed doing county government. And I don't in fact, I got a contract right here that I'm supposed to look over. Yeah, I'm going to look over it, folks, but Clyde's going to look over it too.
Yeah.
He's the expert on that. I'm not signing anything that he don't look at first.
Well, it's a good practice, I tell you.
Well, I just...
yeah, for sure.
I may be the mayor, but he's the lawyer.
I got you.
So that's a big thing. I wanted to say that Leanne, my assistant, will be on vacation next week. So if you call up there and somebody don't hit that phone real quick, give me a break because it takes me a while to run in and out of different offices.
Yeah.
That's one thing about the mayor's office is you go to these other counties, these bigger ones, and man, they've got like staffs and all that.
Yeah.
We're still we're small, we're kind of small. Thank goodness the budget committee is looking at hiring an HR person.
Oh yeah.
We've been needing that for years. And I just told them, I said, if you care anything about your next mayor, you will get an HR person.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I would deal 40% of my time every week with employees and stuff.
Yeah.
And, if you got employees, you're going to have different things happen, and you need an HR person. Mm-hmm. Plus, I want this person to be a grant writer, too.
Yes.
Because we have found out we're just now, I'll use this example. The museum sent a letter to me asking for $10,000 from the county and wanting to be considered for the budget committee. Well, I called GNRC and I said, have you got any grants for historical buildings around the courthouse? Mm-hmm. They said, yeah, there's a few out there. Mm-hmm. Well, right now we're working on a grant that will give us more than $10,000. They've got some work outside where the mortar's cracking, because that building has got some age to it. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, it's a beautiful architect building.
Oh, it's incredible. I love the building. I just am when we were in there for that ribbon cutting, it's neat, and they've done so much work in there. It looks so good.
I remember the day when Register Deeds, trustee, and everybody was in there.
Really?
Yes. I remember going upstairs. Dot Head's office, Register Deeds, was upstairs.
How long ago was that?
In the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, in the 80s, yeah.
Because I remember, that's one of the first places I went.
Robert Alley's trustee's office was downstairs. F.E. Head's office was up there.
Okay. Well, tax assessors. We got here in 92, so it was after our time. But one of the first places I visited when I moved to Robertson County was that museum because I'm so fascinated with history. But it's a cool place. It is a cool place. But
in our reports yesterday, we go down highway trustee, animal control. They're asking for another pickup this year. And they hired a new person, but it was taking somebody else's place. They didn't get a new employee. But if you get time, please go down there and visit that place. Mm-hmm. I've decided that when I retire, I'm fixing to go get me an animal, a dog. I ain't had a dog in a long time.
Okay.
And I think I hope I have a lot of time with the dogs.
Yeah. Well, and I'm my biggest problem about going in there is I'm afraid I'm gonna come away with one, and I don't need another one right now.
Tell you what, two. If you don't want your heart broke,
I can't hardly stand it.
It pulls on your heartstrings down there. And it's like all of them's friendly too.
Yeah.
They're good dogs, and
I was at Tractor Supply yesterday, and there was, and it was nice yesterday, and there was one just barking and having a fit in the truck, and I watched as the guy who owned the dog comes walking out with a bag of dog food and a new dog. He apparently had just gotten that dog, and I was really, and I should have asked him, said, "Did you get that from the animal shelter?" But because it looked like he had just got. I mean, what he had with him looked like, I got me a dog, and I just thought, I hope you went and adopted that dog. But nonetheless, and because it was a full size dog, so I feel like he probably did.
I'm going to check him out and see if I can bring one home. Because first thing I'm going to do is let's see how he is around the cows.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but
nonetheless, keep going there, Bill.
We got down to EMS yesterday. I got a phone call. We've been parking an ambulance up toward the White House to try to stop some travel time, and being more. Work in that area because that's a very populated area now. And the station up there got closed down because of mold. So we're going to have to find a place to park an ambulance up there. Okay. And I'm going to try to work with the City of White House because we do work that area a lot and see if they can't help us get on the side of a fire station somewhere and help us out there because we answer a lot of calls up there. I got to leave at least 2 ambulances in Springfield.
Yes.
I mean, at least 2.
Yeah.
They're constantly going to the nursing homes, They come by my office about every day, and just what's happening in Springfield. So we don't want to be moving ambulances around where somebody is not at least a few minutes from an ambulance.
Right. That's just it.
I think it's in the budget this year, maybe to buy another new one.
Very good.
So, we're working on the budget. Got a budget meeting today. We're getting it down to where we know where we're at financially and number wise, but we've had so many requests from nonprofits. And when I talk about nonprofits, we've always tried to help, Father's House and CASA and all them, and but it seems like we're getting more and more.
Yeah,
more and more, and we do senior citizens. We try to help everybody we can, but then this we've got like $1 million point something this year request in dollars, and we're not going to be able to meet that. We're just not going to be able to meet it.
But you just do the best you can. That's
we got wants, we got needs, and there's a lot of wants from different department heads.
Yeah.
If somebody wants a truck, they ask for 2. You're not going to get 2 trucks. Mm-hmm. You might get 1, and the one you got better be wore out.
Yeah. Run it till the wheels come off. Yeah. Right.
So we're fixing to really make some people unhappy, I'm afraid. It's nothing wrong to say no, but there's a lot of things that we ask for that most people are struggling right now. Yeah, it's hard to take money out of a man's pocket and maybe give it to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is driven by the fuel costs. That's just got everything so high right now. And, but you just have to do the best you can. So very good. Okay. Well, what else you got for us?
Okay. We got in the regular meeting and, as far as zoning, we didn't have but 2 things last night. That's what everybody calling, they freaking out about growth in the county. In 2 months, we haven't given out but three altogether housing permits.
Oh, wow.
That's it. All the growth is in the cities.
Yeah.
And that's where the growth is. Out in the county, we don't have the infrastructure. If somebody wants to give their kids a lot, that's one thing. But as far as building 200 or 300 houses, that ain't gonna happen out in the county. Mm-mm. We don't have the infrastructure for it. Mm-hmm. So we're still, folks. If you think we're eating up farmland, we're really not. It's now if a city annexes land and it's farmland, that may be happening. But as far as and then it's kind of a catch-22. The people that own this land, they can't make farming what it's selling for right now. Mm-hmm. So there's some of them selling their farms, but still, if there's no infrastructure, it's
that's true. But and it gets down to the farm stuff. If you've got a person that's been farming their whole life and their kids aren't going to farm, and they've got somebody offering them a lot of money for it, it's an opportunity. Because I don't know if most farmers don't take vacation. They don't get time off. They've got they've got something to take care of all the time. And I'm talking because I got a brother that's doing that. And bless his heart, that man hasn't taken any vacation. I mean, he works all the time. And so, they're trying to, figure out what they're going to do as they get older because their boys aren't farming. So,
Well, it's when I tell people, like, I know with my situation when I was down, when you look out that window and you see stuff to do and needs to be done on the farm, but you can't get out there and do it, then that's probably time to get rid of it.
It's hard
because it will work. It will work on. Well,
it's hard to know.
Hey, if you're sitting in your house right now and you see you need to go pull some weeds out of the flowers, I mean, it just bothers you if you can't get out there and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and I see that with a lot of farmers today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so.
But we didn't have but 2 last night, and both of them was Ag 2 to R80. Ag 2 is what farmland is. R80 is the biggest house, the biggest lot you can put a house on. It's 80,000 square feet, which we're talking about a little less than 2 acres.
Okay.
And out in the country, it needs to be that size because of the sewer septic tanks and stuff like that.
Well, see, in RD, I think that you can't build on less than 10 in R, because, they've got it zoned, because we bought our place from Lloyd Kite, and we have 4.
You didn't see limits?
No, we're right there at the edge.
Okay.
But we've got 43 acres, and I was talking to Trent Cobb about what we could do as far as zoning. I don't know that we'd have to do anything other than because the way our deed is written, I think if we do 10 acres, like if one of my boys wanted to come out, we just let them have 10 acres, that they could build without any zoning issues. But I'm not sure. But I haven't been talking any of them into doing it. So
yeah, well, that's the first thing you got to do is go get a driveway permit.
Yeah. Well, they could come right off. Yeah.
And that's first thing.
They'd have to also have a water tap.
Getting a driveway permit would be, that's how you get your 911 number. It's based on driveway permits.
Well, they're not doing it. But I'm just telling you, because you'd be surprised people think, hey, there's nothing to this. That's the first thing that you need to do is get a driveway permit. Okay. Well, let's
go down to the county, get your permit where your house is going to be. That way you get a 911 number. Of course, you got to have water and all that. But
I'm at this point thinking maybe one of my grandkids will move up here.
Yeah.
Because I can't get any of my boys to move up here.
And folks has got to be careful like you.
Yeah.
If you start tracking off your land, even for family, it puts you in a development situation.
Really?
Yeah, I tracked off 5 acres off of mine in case I ever got hurting for money. I could sell it right quick to help pay for the rest of it. Well, then when I gave my son a building lot, I had to do away with the 5-acre tract because I done took 2 pieces of ground off of that farm, and it put me like I was fixing to start developing. Yeah, because you're in the green belt, and all of a sudden now you're selling it off a little at a time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be careful. You need to talk to Chris Trauber and all them before you start really getting into that.
And I think we're a long way from that, but you never know. You never know. Yeah. But anyway, I tell you, I can't believe I'm at this age and talking about that. My kids building houses and all that. It's crazy, but anyway.
Yeah, it is crazy. I don't know how they afford it.
Yeah.
Last night we had a resolution coming from the sheriff's department. He was able to get some revenue from state, but he also had to sell equipment from drug raids. Mm-hmm. And he had some drug control fines. About $10,000 worth, but he had confiscated property that they auctioned off, or however they get rid of it, around $54,000, and he was putting all this back in his drug program. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget. I asked the sheriff years ago, and it's a different sheriff than Mike. I said, "What do y'all do with all that drug money?" He said, "Well, we buy drugs with it." That's the undercover agents. They got to have some money.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a balanced budget, but we're talking close to, it was $176,000 proceeds and local revenues, sale of equipment, stuff like that. So that went into the drug fund, which is Drug Fund 122. We all got a different. Second resolution we had came from the sheriff's department too. This was a cleaning up at the end of the year. He moved about $500,000 over for capital outlay for licensed vehicles. I think they ordered 3 or 4. And of course he had to have some new computer software and some supplies. And about 600 of it went into getting new guards at the jail. We're having a hard time keeping people in that jail.
Honestly, that's a really good job.
It's a job,
it pays well. You've got all kinds of hours availability, and it's an entry level getting into the sheriff's office. And I mean, that's where Jessica, that comes in, our public information officer, that's where she started.
Yep.
You know, and look where she is now. I mean, there's a lot of them get their start. That's you can
where
go right out of high school and go over there. I had a kid that was one of my kiddos in school that graduated a year and a half ago, and because he graduated at Christmas, that got his start there, and he's going into the Guard now, and all, so he's had a good career path, but got his start, and so I think people just don't realize that. That's a really good place to get your foot in the door over at the sheriff's office.
You might hold on to your seat here. The next resolution we had was $1.2 million.
Ew.
And what it is, we're having to put 30 new air conditioners and HVAC heating units on top of the jail.
Oh my.
Those units are anywhere from 20 to 25 years old.
Yeah.
And it's very important that each pod stays cool and warm and we've got 30 units coming in through train, $1.2 million. And here's the kicker. They're going to put those units up on top in pods they're so big, they got to use a helicopter.
What?
Yes, they're going to be.
Well, so, because if you don't have a place to place a crane.
The crane won't get all the way across the top of the building. Right. It'll get up there high enough, but the helicopter's cheaper than a crane.
Really?
And they're going to take helicopters and pick those units up, carry them up, and set them down where they need to go. So it'd probably take about two days to do 30 units if the weather permits. But if
when is that going to happen? I want to watch.
Well, they're going to wait till see. They're going to wait sort of toward the fall where it won't be so hot if everything stays together up there. But I'm going to tell you, we have spent so much money in my 8 years on roofs, air conditions. We just got through putting a whole new unit in the archives. We was having trouble down there with methane smell. And you get the humidity's got to be perfect down there for those records.
You better believe it. They will get
and
destroyed.
that unit wasn't cheap either.
Oh, I'm sure.
It wasn't cheap.
We were commercial roofers, and so we moved a lot of air conditioners. We had, that flat surface. People don't have any idea how expensive roofing in general is. And I think that's kind of something when people buy property, they just don't think about how expensive that roof is going to be, but that's over your head.
Well, that's
and it's what protects the entirety of it. So it's extremely important, and a lot of people they try to scrimp on that, and man, that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake.
Well, another big mistake is not having gutters.
Oh, yes.
If the foundation of that house starts getting wet, you're in trouble.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
And that's what that's one of our biggest things about when we do developments. When we look at developments in Springfield and places like that, these subdivisions, we're very much aware of where water runoff will be.
You better believe it. Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised where people may try to build a house that they got no business building a house.
Oh, I know.
And then when it comes heavy rain, my phone's ringing. There's water running. Yeah. There's water running through my yard.
Yeah.
Well, of course. Mm-hmm. But it's just like the roof at the courthouse. That roof was over $1 million.
Oh, wow.
At the courthouse, that brand new roof.
Yeah.
And the first thing we did was go in there and do new gutters too.
Let me pause for a second. I've got to do a couple more breaks here. The show got interrupted on Friday. We didn't get all of our breaks in, so we need to just take a minute right now to talk about the UPS store. We love our UPS store, and they have got a special going on right now. They're doing a 10% off wide format printing, and also you can get 250 business cards, and then you get 2-for-1 kind of a thing. And so they want you to come in right now, and but you get 250 business cards all printed up, and then you can do the other ones, and I believe that's with postage too. So it's a really great deal if you want to do a flyer for something that you might have going on. That is a excellent deal that you can go in there and check it out. But the UPS store, I've got to stop by there because all of us stop by to take in our all of our Amazon returns. We all have to do that, of course. And they're open hours to accommodate every single one of us. They've got hours every single day. They're going to be opening today at 8 a.m. They'll be there 8 to 6:30, Monday through Friday. Saturday, they're open 8 to 6:30. And then on Sunday, they're open from 9 to 3. So they've got great hours open for everybody. Now, this Sunday, hang on a second. They're 8 to 6:30. Monday through Friday. This Saturday, they're open from 9 to 3. They're closing this Sunday because of Father's Day. Father's Day is coming up, so when they have Father's Day, Mother's Day, special holidays, they do close the doors. But otherwise, they're open 7 days a week with special hours. But this Sunday, because of Father's Day, they're going to be closed. So I'll make sure to mention that. If you're doing anything and you need a notary, do you know you can go by there and they have every single person in there is a notary, so you can get something notarized effortlessly. It is a great place. Your everything store, we like to call it. Lee Marie, I think she's in there every time you turn around because she's always doing these flyers for all of her classes. They got a ton of classes over at Welland Square, and she has to go in there and get her flyers done. She gets her little catalog that she's got with all of her new classes. She just got that printed in there. When I was getting some more sponsors, I did my little flyers for the show, and Tom helped me out with those. All the things. They've got you covered. And again, 250 mailing cards. You get 250 free, and they've got a special 10% off of wide format printing right now. And if you come in and fill out their survey, you're going to be eligible for a gift certificate from Amazon. Everything you need, they've got it right there, the Everything Store, the UPS store. They are at 513 Memorial Boulevard here in Springfield, 513 Memorial Boulevard here in Springfield, open from 8 to 6:30 today, Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 on Saturday, usually open on Sunday, but this Sunday they're going to be closed for Father's Day. So go by and see them, and when you do, let them know U-Turn sent you. All right, Mayor Vogle, go for it.
Next resolution came from schools. They received from USDA about a $17,000 grant for coming out of the federal government. This will be mostly being used on the lunch programs.
Okay.
Yeah, lunch programs.
Say that again.
$17,000. It's and it comes from the federal government through USDA.
Okay.
It says here for regular education, but most of it is like food programs. Mm-hmm. Here's bus driver attendance, just different things that they're scattering that money over. Mm-hmm. Janitorial services, anything that we contract out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what that all covers, and hey, I'm going to tell you, we're doing school stuff all the time.
Yeah, you have to. It's a big undertaking.
Here's something I did, and I'm glad I found this piece of paper. We get a check for opioids. We don't get near what the county used to get. I gave the biggest majority to drug court.
Right.
And they started, recovery court. But then last night, I took $10,000 of it and gave it to United Way. Mm-hmm. And the reason I did that is this money can be used at my discretion. Mm-hmm. But Ace does a fantastic job.
Yeah, she does.
And when I give $10,000 out to different people, I don't get a paper trail back.
Right.
And I can't prove what them people spend it on. And I asked Ace, I said, if I go through you, have you got a paper trail to be sure that this money's going for stuff that has to deal with opioids? Mm. And she said, yes, I will. Mm-hmm. So I decided to use her for this $10,000.
Okay.
It keeps me from getting some bad phone calls or whatever. But this money will be going places like CASA and different things like that.
Okay.
Anybody that deals with opioid families or whatever, that money will be going toward that. And we're still getting a little bit money through opioid, but I see where a lot of them have filed bankruptcy. The money's getting shorter and shorter. But we've used it for, I've used it for Narcan. Mm-hmm. I've bought $40,000 worth of Narcan and handed it out to all the fire departments across the county, volunteers and everything. And I think that Narcan's over $300 a can or something now.
There's so many programs where you can get it for free though, but it's one of those things that we had it all the time at church because we worked in the homeless community so much when I was working up at the church. But, I went through a training for professional development as a teacher the other day, which was a CPR training. And we talked some about Narcan. And I think it's a good thing for some teachers to have on hand because unfortunately, we've got too many that are still
sad.
Taking their life in their own hands. And
it's sad, and
we lose too many people to it.
Yeah. This resolution here, surplus property coming out of the sheriff's department. Nothing that gets bought, it don't go back leave this county until we do a resolution on surplus property.
Okay.
Everything's accounted for. Trust me, we're audited. And don't nothing slip through. We've had clear audits. We don't let nothing slip through. Mm-hmm. Resolution here come from the education department, and this is one of the better things that we've done as a county commission. 1,000 graduates, Robinson County seniors, are getting to keep their laptops.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So we had to. What we had to do was have a resolution saying that these 1,000 laptops are being used by the graduating seniors, and we're putting them as salvage items from the technology department. Yeah.
Well, and I tell my students that are coming in as freshmen, take care of this computer because you're going to get to keep it.
Yeah.
And if you'll take good care of it, it will serve you well, and you can take it to college with you. And some of them, they get that because the freshmen coming in, when they get there, It's like it doesn't register with them. This is my computer when I get done with school. And so I try to really, really pound that in to my my freshmen that come in. Take care of your computers.
It's easier to carry that laptop than it is when I used to get off bus with the armload of books in both hands.
Yes, it is.
A whole lot easier.
We've got all these lockers at school. None of the kids use them anymore because they don't have all the books.
Don't have all the books.
Yeah, if they're using a book, it usually stays in the classroom.
Can you imagine the money we could be saving just you doing a laptop? Because, a lot of them books didn't make it through the year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many. There's some classes that they have to have textbooks and stuff. I don't require a textbook. Yeah. But, and again, it seems that most of the textbooks stay in the classroom because there's so much online. But it's fascinating. Keep going, Mayor Vogle.
Okay, we had another resolution for coming from schools. It was just salvage material, tiles, old carpet, and stuff like that. Of course, we had the government makes us keep up with that too. And here's something I hope we got enough time to talk about.
You're doing good.
The Ross County Economic Board is we have tried to help so many with industrial. Like I'm going to use, for example, the airport. The airport is got several projects, and they're getting about a $500,000 grant. But to get this grant, we've got to match it. Mm-hmm. Grants, you don't get 100% into it. Them days are over. So I think between us and Springfield, we're giving them money to help them match some of these grants, because we're going to have to redo the runway. That's going to be paved again. We just got a lot going on out there, and that airport is really growing. I think they talk about 3,000 to 4,000 flights in and out a month.
Incredible.
Now.
It's incredible. Yeah. I'm going to get Gina in because the last time I had her in was for the airport board, so I'll reach out to her because I need a reason to get her.
Here's $200,000 came from industrial board for the White House Business Park project that we're building up there. We've already got several tenants interested in moving in just as soon as we get the infrastructure in that thing.
Very good.
And hey, the first one will pay for a lot of expenses, and after that, the industrial board in the county will get money back. Red River Reserve, we're talking about moving some of that money over. Red River Reserve was exit 19 when we thought we had something pretty big going out there, and they put some money back to help with that project, but nothing there did materialize. Okay. So I don't know if we need that. Here's where we help the city of Portland. They got some money from TDOT to get an exit. Okay. Well, that exit didn't have no lights on it. Oh, so Portland, City of Portland, and the Economic Development Board put the lights on that exit. I mean, there's nothing worse than coming off interstate exit and ain't no lights. Yeah, we're talking about a welcome center or anything. Yeah. We help Portland with that. It's just a lot that we're doing that people don't know about it. Here's the White House Union Springs Business Park. That's going to be at least $4 million project on just the roadway construction. Right. And that's how our industrial board is getting involved now, because this county is changing. It is changing.
It is. It is.
And we're not talking about rooftops. We're talking about trying to help people have a place to work.
Very good.
Yeah. And that's.
Keep going there. I've still got an ad to do, but I'm going to let you go ahead and knock your stuff out, and then we'll do.
Today, I got to go to the 911 meeting. Yep. Today at dinner, White House is having a dinner recognizing Jerry Herman.
He's an awesome guy. Yeah. He's retiring.
And they've asked me to speak and try to find something nice to say about Jerry. But, yeah.
He's a good one.
He's a good one.
I told him, I said, all right, he's got one more mayor and alderman meeting. And I said, well, he'd still be in office. I said, you going to come in? He goes, no, I'm going to let somebody else handle it. And I'm like, you mean I'm not going to get to talk to you anymore? And he's like, I'm out.
Hey, man, he's
retired.
He's a nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Very nice guy.
Wonderful guy.
I got a resolution here come from a state grant, $16,150, and it goes to the rescue squad, and they will be buying new ropes and stuff, material that for when they go out at night on river runs and stuff. Okay. It's not much money, but it helps. Yeah. It helps. So you need to do a commercial?
Yeah, let me do let's talk about Chris Armentrout and Valor Mortgage. Right there, just 2 doors down from that new theater that they lit up, that marquee. It looks so good. Now, Chris will tell you that downtown office, and again, we remind you of this all the time, they're there when they're there, but they're out talking to people all the time. So please get an appointment and make sure you talk to them ahead of time. But 615-671-9178, 615-671-9178, or go to valor.mortgage, valor.mortgage. Get pre-approved today because they handle everything. If you're wanting to get your first home, if you're wanting to refinance, if you're wanting to do some investment property, they have got everything you need because, buying a home, buying property is one of the biggest decisions you're ever going to make. So why in the world would you go to a lender that's a 1-800 number that's going to get you spammed and you're going to be just a number? You want a team in your corner. Well, the experienced loan officers and Chris Armtrout at Valor Mortgage, they are the team, your local team. They're your neighbors, and they want to work with you. They've got everything from VA loans to FHA loans, conventional to jumbo financing, all the tools you need to get to the closing table. Not just in the business of mortgage, in the business of making home ownership possible for everyone. Reach out to them today. Again, the number is 615-671-9178, 615-671-9178, or go to valor.mortgage, valor.mortgage. Get pre-approved today because when it matters most, you deserve a lender you can trust. Buy with confidence. Buy with Valor. Valor Mortgage, NMLS, number 1210804. DBA of Encore Lending Group, NMLS, 1249911. Equal housing lender, subject to credit approval. Rates and terms subject to change without notice, not a commitment to lend. Let them know U-Turn sent you. Mayor Vogle had a couple more pages there.
Well, I had a couple pages there, but I just want to say that, I've been hearing for a long time, and I'm not being critical, that we're fixing to build a school. I want people to know that the county government, our part of the bond, we're sitting here just waiting.
Okay.
We're right there ready to go. As soon as whenever they decide where, when, hey, we've already done our homework.
Okay.
We've got the money sitting back, and we can get it. We done talk to our loan people, and in fact, I wished we'd done started digging.
So I've talked to Dr. Weeks a lot about this, and so it's basically waiting on the school board now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm not throwing anybody on the bus.
No,
but as soon as they say, hey, we're ready, let's go,
okay,
we've got our part done.
Well, and Dr. Weeks and I, we talk about that. I tell him, I don't think there's a time that you've been here, he's been here, that the school construction doesn't come up.
Yeah.
And it's just, and again, when it comes to what is happening here in the Springfield area, it's about land purchase and land availability. And you've already got land that's there in White House sitting there waiting. So, I don't have any insight to it, but,
Land in White House, the pads there.
Yeah.
The facilities for athletics is there. The land's already paid for. And I was hoping that we'd be in that school this fall.
Yeah. But
the deal in Springfield is, like I told you, if you can't get on sewer and there's no land inside the city limits, it's tough deal. Deal.
Yeah, and I think that's the holdup with what they're wanting to do here in the city.
Well, that and the price.
Yeah.
When people find out they maybe could sell land for a school, I think they've renegotiated 2 or 3 times, and maybe the price keeps going up. Or
it's hard.
I'm not privy to all that information.
Yeah, and so
I'm just over the banking part of it.
I got you. Yeah. But now you were talking about, and I know we're out of time, but now when you're talking about the what is the one you mentioned when we first sat down? TCAT. The TCAT building, does that have to be in Springfield?
No, it does not, but it's got to be on sewer. Okay.
So it does not have to be in the Springfield city limits.
No, I've been toward Greenbrier and other places. Yeah. And there we go again. You can't find 15 acres that somebody don't want $150,000 acre for.
I got you.
And we only got $39 million to spend, and we want to put it in the building.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to spend it all on the land.
I got you.
And a lot of land now, you're looking at, the county was going to give them a spot, but it was going to cost $1 million just to move all the dirt.
Oh, my goodness.
So there you
There's
go.
a lot to it, guys. A lot to it. We appreciate all you do, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Appreciate
for being
everybody.
Here. He's got to get to the 911 meeting,
and I've Robinson County today.
And I've got to enjoy my summer, so I got things to do too. But and reminder, Neil Peterson Day is on Friday, so if you have some stories, reach out to Lee Marie or Steve Jarrell, Daddy on the Patio. They're going to be hosting the show Friday. I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks off. Lee Marie's going to take over for me on Friday, and I'll be back after the 4th. But I'm here a few more days this week, so I hope you'll join us tomorrow. We'll have Ryan Martin in here, and Penny Callis will be in to talk about about Seeds of Hope. And Ryan, of course, will give us a report on the mayor and alderman meeting from the city of Springfield. Thank you for joining us. This is 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a great day.